So welcome back to another video here in Pennsylvania. It's time to hike another section of the Horseshoe Trail on a much quieter day. I think our last section hike we did was the day after New Year's. There's quite a few people on the trail, because I didn't film those people on the trail, but there was quite a bit of, I think there's a shooting range not too far from here. I think I mentioned it sounded like a Civil War battle going off in that video. So a little bit going on today, but as you can tell, it's much quieter out here. Today is a Friday morning, January 13th. So let's, as always, let me show you the map, show what the plan is for today. Well, yeah, we're heading into Berks County today. At the moment, we're still parked in Chester County. For the longest time, we've been hiking the trail through Chester County, but today we're going to enter into Berks County and enter into the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. So we'll use the colorful map here. We are parked, let me get my other hand here, right here. We're still in State Game Lands number 43, right along what's called Harmonyville Road, but we're going to hike, make our way up this way. This darker colored area is the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. This is a little bit of a road walk right here, but it's a dirt road, it looks like, so it won't be like walking on pavement. And then make our way up here. This is French Creek State Park, so I'm at least going to hike up to here. It's a historic area, but depending on how I feel and things, we'll continue on the trail into French Creek and maybe make our way all the way around Hopewell Lake and then come back. So we'll see. We'll determine, once we get up here, I'll determine what I do. So that does give us some options. You know, I can stop at the historic site or keep on going and hike around the lake. But I think I'm kind of planning on hiking around the whole lake. It is still morning, so I got all day yet. But I'm also going to lay out one of my channel stickers, or the channel button, and one of those through night flashlights. So let me show you that. So here's the channel button, I guess you could say. It's number 81. It's one of these. I'd rather be hiking. And then we have the through night, the Black Scout survival flashlight from Through Night we're going to give away in this video, because it's got everything with it. We'll talk a little about this later. But as always, I will find a place along the way somewhere to stash that flashlight and channel sticker. And I do have some pictures to share in this video of people who found some previous ones. 77, 78, and 79 I'll share in this video, including the people that found the flashlight that I placed, you know, where I found the Ark of the Covenant in that video. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of a neat story, that one, the people that found that one. Alright, so we're going to quit yapping and get on going. Kind of a nice morning. About in the low 40s today, so not a bad day. Alright, let's get going. So here's where the trail comes out. This is where we ended the last section hike. Right up in there is the parking lot. You can kind of see Naomi up there. I sat and took a little break right there. But now we're going to continue on, get up the road here a bit. And then somewhere up here, the trail will head off into the woods up there, I think. Not quite sure at the moment, but we'll figure out where it is when we get up there. I think this is still the French Creek right down here too. Maybe not, but you can see it looks like the remains of a dam down there. You see all the stonework, it's all moss covered, but it kind of comes across here. So it looks like even over there, it looks like there was a dam here at one point. You know, when in the last section hike I did here, I did hike here. I forget if I mentioned it or not, but it looked like there's some interesting things out there to see. We're gonna have to come back here sometime, explore around up in there. There's public land up there, so I'll have to remember that. Put a dam there for a reason. Maybe there's some remains of an old mill up there or something. Let's see what it looks like over here quick. I don't see anything over here though. Alright, we'll have to remember that. Because for me, that's one of the things I've enjoyed about the Horseshoe Trail. Because in the one section we hiked near St. Peter's Village, I discovered a whole bunch of more stuff there to film in future videos. I already did all that. We found some abandoned rail lines going off in the woods. We explored that. Explored what I called, you know, Skull Mountain. So sometimes when I'm hiking the Horseshoe Trail, I discover other places to come back to and make videos in the future. Yeah, the trail kind of goes off this way. Yeah, so we kind of scoot off. We're still following the road, but just hike alongside. You can see a yellow blaze mark on the pole, but there's a nice, beautiful old house over there. Yeah, I could totally live there. This is a nice quiet road here. All right, let's get going. And pretty quickly we just cross the road and head up into the woods. Like I said, like we will follow. There's a road up here called Green Lane, which will be on for a bit. But like I said, it looks like it's just an old dirt road. I believe this is still state game lands here, though. And as always on these trails, at least the ones that are marked well, just follow the blaze marks. You could go this way, but also looks like you could go that way, but there are some blaze marks here. You have the double blaze mark. And, you know, the one on the top is staggered to the left, so that means you take this trail rather than the one going to the right. Looks like we're gonna hop on the road here for a little bit. Or we'll see, where does this go? Oh no, looks like it just crosses the road. Not sure, this might be, oh there's Green Lane. I think this is Bethesda Road. Yeah, but here's Green Lane. And once again, double blaze marks on that tree up ahead. One staggered to the right, so that means we go to the right. Yeah, there's Green Lane, so yeah, just a nice old dirt road. I think up ahead we enter into the property that belongs to the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site, just up here. Alright, so as we're walking through the woods on this nice old dirt road, I'll take the opportunity to share some pictures with you of some folks who have found some previous channel stickers and items. First one is Chuck. I think his wife's name is Mary. They found channel sticker number 77. And that was the one I had placed at the Coventry Forge site, which actually wasn't too far away from here. We visited it the same day I did one of the section hikes on the Horseshoe Trail, back close to, actually it was in Warwick County Park. So they found, actually it was a channel button, but channel sticker, channel button, kind of the same thing. So we'll go ahead and share Chuck's picture with you. And then number 78 was found by Tom, I believe. Actually, I hadn't heard from anybody for a while on that one. Like I think a week or so later, Tom contacted me, let me know he had found it. That was a channel sticker. But with that one, you can see in the picture the mice. That's the one I'd stuck in like that old rotted stump. It was in a plastic bag and everything, but a mouse had gotten to it and chewed up the edge of the sticker a little bit. So I guess the mouse found the channel sticker first. But anyway, I'll share Tom's picture with you next. Yeah, that was Henninger's Farm covered bridge over in Dauphin County. And then number 79 is the one I had placed at the Clarence Shock Memorial Park, or often known as Governor Dick, when I did the episode on the Ark of the Covenant, where we were searching through all these little caves for the Ark. And I'd placed one of the through night flashlights and a channel button at the location as well. So I figured that one would go quick, because usually if I just put a sticker or a button out, sometimes it takes a little while longer for people to go. But when I put it when the flashlight's out, it seems that people go right away looking for them. And two people, I think very next morning, before even daylight started, they went out looking for it. Is it Tom and Brad, I believe your names were? I think Tom said he got there first to the site, but then he heard someone coming up behind him. I think that was Brad. But Brad found the site first before Tom did. But it's cool because Brad kept the flashlight, but he gave the little channel button to Tom. So you'll see both of them in the picture I'll share with you. So that's kind of cool. So even though he found it first, he did share some of it. He kept the flashlight, which is fine because he found it first. So that was a cool picture. So you'll see both of them together in that picture.
So I do enjoy hearing stories like that about people meeting each other when they're looking for some of the stuff I put out like this. That's happened a number of times where people meet on the trail or meet at the sites. They're like, "Are you out here for?" "Yeah, I'm looking for the sticker too." You know, and yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, so I'm still keeping my eyes open for a place to stash this flashlight and sticker. Probably up closer to the Hopewell furnace area, but we'll see if something catches my attention along the way down here. Alright, that's going to let you know that we are indeed in the Hopewell National Historic Site. But I just heard something run around down there. There's a deer down there somewhere. I don't know if I can, it's pretty brushy down there. We're not going to see it. Alright, but yeah, if you have any doubts, there is well, not about the deer, but about where we are. There are signs here. Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. Yeah, everything here is protected by law, so if you did find some historic feature, you gotta leave it out here. You can't take it home with you. Yeah, just up ahead is Route 345. Here's some of the traffic from it there. Yeah, once we cross the highway, I believe the trail goes through an area where there's some old buildings associated with the Hopewell Furnace area. We visited those multiple times in the past. I love those old buildings. So we'll cross the highway quick here. Yep, that way is the main entrance to the historic site. It looks like this old road continues on that way, but the Horseshoe Trail goes up this way. I kind of feel like that's a reroute. I think the map kind of shows the Horseshoe Trail continuing that way, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, there's one old house just up that way, but regardless, we shall go this way. It's very clear. They have an arrow and the double blaze marks. They're staggered, showing you go this way. Still hoping that we go past some of those old buildings though. But down there's an old house. I don't think I ever, you can see the barn over there. I don't think I ever really walked around that one too much. It's right next to the highway too. You can see the one car going down there. But all through the trees, if you can see up there, you see some of the other buildings that are associated with the site here. I think there were buildings where the workers for the furnace lived. Looks like we're heading that way. But it looks like their trail, I mean down there's buildings. I don't know if you can see them. See some of the white through the trees. It looks like our trail keeps taking us away from them. I'm almost positive, I feel like the trail used to go through there. Maybe I'm wrong. And you can let me know in the comments, but I feel like when I visited the historic area in the past, I thought the Horseshoe Trail went right through the area, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Maybe the trail will wind its way back that way too. I mean, this is nice out here though too. Although I do see some buildings up through the trees up there too. So maybe it takes us up to the main area. Oh yeah, because I think, I'm just trying to remember. I think I see a parking lot up here. Alright, we'll see. We'll figure it out. But the lake, Hopewell Lake, is just off to our left over there. You can kind of see it. Right up here is the spillway. So it looks like the trail's headed that way. So I guess we're not actually going to go through any part of Hopewell. My mind keeps thinking, I'm pretty sure the trail did go through there in the past. I guess they, like I said, maybe cut that section out. So I am gonna hike all the way around the lake now that we're here. It's been a pretty easy hike so far. Not much, you know, uphill or downhill. So right here is another trail. So when I go around the lake via the Horseshoe Trail, this trail right here will bring me back to this spot, and then we'll hike this way again to get back to the Jeep. Okay, so we gotta go to the right, but maybe, we'll see, maybe this. Okay, this is gonna take us in the direction of Hopewell, so maybe we will get to see some of it. Maybe this is what I was thinking of. Alright, so this is what I remember. The trail does take you through the area a bit here. Because I think up here is the sign for there was a school here, I believe. I think right in here. This is like the information board for it. Yep, there's the blacksmith shop. Up that way is the main furnace area. So cool, we do get to come through. I love this area, so. This is Hopewell Furnace. Was there a school here? I thought this was the site where the school was. Maybe not. I thought there was... Maybe it's over here. No, that's another sign for something else. For tree identification. That's kind of cool. Alright. Actually, right up here is the sign for the old school. This was it right here. Pretty sure. Or maybe I'm wrong again, but let's see here. Yeah, Hopewell Schoolhouse. Yeah, but there's an old picture of it. 1873. Some of the kids that went there. I mean, it's a cool picture, but it's kind of sobering too to realize that everybody in here is passed on already. Some of the stuff they found here, old pencils and buttons, all right here where the schoolhouse was. It was serviced, you know, the worker families that lived here. These are some of the homes they lived in. Or buildings. You know, this might be a good spot for place our flashlight and channel button there. But think about that for a moment. All the sheep are up there. We gotta visit the sheep. Yeah, I just love this spot. Alright. So a lot of times on these hikes, I'm just thinking out loud to myself. That's what I was doing up there earlier when I was wondering whether or not the trail would go through the Hopewell historic, I mean the actual, where the buildings are and stuff. Because I was hoping to visit, like, see some of the buildings again, visit the sheep. But anyways, that's why I wasn't sure, you know, where it went at first. I'm just kind of thinking out loud sometimes. Alright, I'm going to place the flashlight somewhere here, I believe, in this area. A little cool spot where a schoolhouse used to be. Alright, so I found a spot up in there. Once again, this is the site where the schoolhouse was. This trail takes you out to the main trail through that takes you up to the main historic site where the mansion and the furnace itself is. That takes you to where the sheep and some of the other workers' buildings are. But here's the site of the schoolhouse. That's the way we came from. That takes you to Hopewell Lake, French Creek State Park. If you go on this side of the schoolhouse, on a spot, I don't want to disturb the area here since it is a National Historic Site, but up in here there's almost like a little trail. And hit up here, then boom, there's a tree right there with a large sized rock right there. And just behind it, I've hollowed out a little area. That's where I'm going to stash the flashlight and the channel button, and then cover it with some leaves and some other rocks. So down there it is, but like I said, we'll cover it up with some leaves and rocks. So that's hidden nice and well down there. Alright, so there it is, hidden away. No rocks on top of it, just several sticks. Alright, let's head back to the main trail. Once again, right there's schoolhouse. There's a little sign for it. And I'll turn around again. There's a nice, like a rock pile, and boom, and right up there's that tree. But as always, you know the drill. If you're the person that finds this flashlight and channel button, if you could please let me know, send me a message, you know, as well as a picture
Message lets me know that it has indeed been found. I can let others know that it's been found, because I do get asked sometimes, hey, is it still out there? Then I can share the picture in a future video like I did with some of those today. Alright, it does. I like doing that, and it does help out too. Alright, let's go visit some sheep here at the historic site. Yeah, I do love this place. Yep, in there is the main furnace building. Got the barn. Yeah, I think, yeah, these are the workers. Where the workers here lived. You can go in some of those buildings. They have it set up like it was back in the 1700s. It's kind of cool. We're not going to do that today. But I do want to visit the sheep. Pretty sure the Horseshoe Trail goes that way then. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna move in right there, or even that one up there. But I think someone does actually live in that one up there, if I remember correctly. Hey, sheepy. Yes, you're being filmed. Just probably asking you, do you have my permission to film me? Yeah, but they see a lot of people here. There's the little black one out there too. I think I just like this place. It reminds me a lot of, you know, the farm I grew up on. Because I had goats, but they're similar to sheep. Hey, sheepy. You can look up at the camera? No, just gonna ignore me. That's fine. Food's more important. Yeah, I believe this old road takes you back to that other house you saw way back there. I thought the trail would come all the way up through here. But instead it kind of went up in the woods up that way, up by the lake, and came back down through. So I was thinking the trail came through here, but I guess I was wrong. Let's go visit these sheep quick. See if there's a more sociable sheep up here. They do some longhorned cattle out there. I think there's a horse that lives in here too sometimes. You want to talk to the camera? No? Alright, well, we'll quit annoying the sheep and get back to hiking the trail. So right up ahead here is where the trail comes out through here. Just up that way was the schoolhouse and where we hid the channel sticker or the flashlight. So the trail does come out, and it indeed does head straight up through the main site. I think they have chickens down there too, I think, if I remember correctly. Right up here is the blacksmith shop. Like I say, we're not going to explore everything today. I did that in the past. And I probably will in the future sometime again. Try and focus on the trail if we can. But it is a beautiful spot. You can see a yellow horseshoe in the tree right there, marking the trail. Yeah, and there's the main furnace. You can kind of see the top of it up there. It's one of the cannons down there. I'm pretty sure the trail kind of goes up and back through that way. Yeah, there's another yellow horseshoe on the barrel here, marking the trail. There are some more horseshoes up in this tree. I think that's what's marking the trail through this area. I guess it goes right through this area. I kind of came around.
the barn, or I guess it's like a charcoal storage building. All right. Oh, here's the old anthracite furnace. The one in the main building back there is a charcoal furnace, but they tried using anthracite here at one point too. Anthracite coal, I should say. I'm just looking for signs of the trail. I guess this main trail is it. Unless, see, it's not marked terribly well here. All right, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, I do see yellow. I see a horseshoe on the rail up here. So, all right. This is the charcoal demonstration area where they actually make charcoal. Because they use charcoal for the furnace. And up here is an example of where the dude that worked made the charcoal. That's where they lived. I have kind of a picture of it right here. All right. All right, so goodbye, Hopewell. We won't be seeing it on the way back. Like I said, we're gonna go around the lake now, but we won't be coming back this way. If you do get a chance to visit the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site, it's an awesome place. I've been there a number of times. May not live terribly far from here. If you come in the wintertime like this, you'll have the place to yourself. But in the summertime, there's more going on, more people, but they do have like a store back there. They got like a general store where you can buy, collectibles, and they also have more people here doing different types of demonstrations and things like that. So pick your season, or come in both. And then up here is the lake. We're now in French Creek State Park. This is a beautiful area too. Actually, I do have an Instagram account. I believe my first Instagram picture I ever posted, I took right in this area somewhere. I think along that trail right there, that Blue Blaze Trail. Somewhere just around there was like a spot overlooking the lake, and that was my first ever Instagram photo, I believe, if I remember correctly. But that's a beautiful shot there with the blue sky and the clouds. But we're gonna take the Horseshoe Trail around the lake and take some other trails back this way. And then the Horseshoe Trail is actually just down there in the woods again. That's where we're gonna meet up back with it and head that way. But the Horseshoe Trail doesn't actually go right along the lake here. Actually, what is that trail? Oh, it's just called the, well, that's the Boone Trail, the Blue Blaze Trail. That goes that way, but we're gonna stay on the Horseshoe Trail. They got a sign for it there. It still goes around the lake, but it doesn't look like it follows the edge of the lake, which I would prefer, but yeah, well. So there is an interesting feature here I want to show that I've never noticed before when I was in this park. I've been here a number of times, but there is a ditch over here. Some people I think, oh, what, a ditch? But it's a man-made ditch, clearly in there. I saw it further down too, like bordered with some rock further down. I wasn't going to show it earlier, but it keeps on going. So it's clearly man-made. Not sure what it was for, but it's in a straight line. So, I don't know. There's a lot of history here, so it almost looks like it could be an old road or something for a ditch to channel water somewhere or something. Maybe that's another video we'll have to come back and explore someday. Or location here for a video, I should say. We're still on the north side of the lake. Still following the yellow blazes. There's also some green blazes. I believe that's the Lenape Trail. The sunlight glimmering off the lake out there. Turned out to be a much nicer day than I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to be a lot more breezy out here today. chillier, but turned out to be an awesome day for a hike actually. At least for now. Maybe the weather will deteriorate on the way back. We'll see. So we're still on the north side of the lake, but we're coming up to the end here in a little bit. Then we'll take different trails, like I said, on the other side. I'm just walking along here, realizing that in about 2 months, we'll be looking for our first early spring wildflowers. It's mid-January. What do I say? Today's the 13th. So roughly mid-January, but in 2 months will be mid-March. And some of the first wildflowers of the spring do bloom. Maybe not quite mid-March, but late March. Depends on how warm it gets. So it's not too far away. One of my favorite seasons. I love fall, but I do love the spring when everything first starts turning green and the first flowers come out. So, something to look forward to. All right, decision time here. Hiker or horse? Because the bridge is for the hikers and not the horses. So if you're actually using a horse on a horseshoe trail, they want you to go across the creek here. Maybe go. It looks like there's a little path that goes that way. But we are a hiker, at least today. So we'll take the bridge. Alright. Day use area, but we'll follow the sign for the horseshoe trail. We'll soon be done with this section of horseshoe trail. A little bit here. So we just came from that direction. This brings us out to the road that takes you down to the day use area down there. The horseshoe trail does continue on across the road there. I think this is where we're going to end our section of the horseshoe trail. Next time we start up, we're going to take that section, do a big loop in the park, and then come back up that way somewhere and hike back the road. It'll be like a 5-6 mile hike. But we're going to head down this way to make our way around the other side of the lake. So I am going to keep filming as I hike, finish the loop around the south side of the lake, and then make my way back to where I parked. I won't film a whole lot on that part that we already did, but I'll probably film a bit, more on the south side of the lake. So we're done with this section of the horseshoe trail, but you're more than welcome to stay with me as we finish out this hike. And I'm just considering too, if this is a place that I can park right along here, that'd be great to start, to do the next section. Looks like people do park here. They have no signs that say you can't. Otherwise, we have to park all the way down to the day use area. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, you can kind of see the lake through the trees there, so we gotta make our way down and around. So there is an unmarked trail right here. It's not labeled anyway, but it does take us down to the lake. I think we're gonna, instead of staying on the road going that way, let's just go down here. It should hook up with some of the trails that go around the other side. Less road walk we gotta do anyway. We were on the other side of the lake earlier. Horseshoe trail was over there. I'm pretty sure this is the Boone Trail, named after Daniel Boone. On this side of the lake, it's got the blue blazes. I'm pretty sure several years ago I did hike this entire trail here in French Creek State Park. It makes quite the loop here. There are quite a few trails in this park. If I remember correctly, the Boone Trail does make a nice, long, fairly long loop in this park. I think if you park over at the main day use area, if I remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure it does. It was a nice hike. And I should mention too that you can just make a nice hike around the lake, kind of like what we're doing today, but if you remember, the Horseshoe Trail on the other side didn't quite follow along the lake's edge. There's the trail that does that. So it's kind of like this one where it's like right next to the lake. Horseshoe Trail is kind of like a little bit up in the woods more, but so that makes a nice loop too here at the park. Lots of opportunities for hiking here at French Creek State Park. And then you can go visit Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. Both are kind of some of my favorite places here in the area. Actually, I don't think I ever made a video of just hiking around the lake. I might have to do that in the spring. So we're on this end of the lake now. Up here is the dam and the spillway. The Horseshoe Trail did come across right there. But I think if we go back that way, it takes us back through Hopewell, which wouldn't be bad, but it would add extra travel time. But I'm pretty sure if we go this way, it'll take us right to the Horseshoe Trail as well. But skipping that little section through the Hopewell Village area there. Like I said, not that I wouldn't mind going through again, but at this point we're just kind of retracing our steps, so I'd like to get back to the Jeep too. So I think I'm going to head down this road. We'll see. So right here then is the Horseshoe Trail. We came down this way, and that's what goes down to the Hopewell Furnace. And just down this nicer path is where the school site was, where I stashed the flashlight and channel sticker. Because that went through Hopewell Furnace and came back up to go over to that side of the lake. But we're gonna veer to the right and head back this way. So I probably won't film a whole lot on the way back. If anything at all, we'll see. Never know what you might find on the way back. We haven't really seen much wildlife today. That's kind of how it is on these winter days sometimes. Alright, so time for a nice little easy stroll back to where we left Naomi. And down here's that remains of the dam we saw at the beginning of the video. Like I said, we'll have to do some exploring back there at some point maybe. But Naomi should be just up here. Yeah, she's still there. She's a new friend from the one that was there earlier. That'll be it then for this video in this section of the Horseshoe Trail. Because the next section we do, like I pointed out earlier, will be all within French Creek State Park. We'll do like a nice loop from like where we left off up to Scott's Run Lake, I think it's called. About a 5 or 6 mile section. But it'll be like a loop hike, so we won't have to repeat any of it like we do in a lot of these videos. Alright, as always folks, thanks for coming along, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.